Hello everybody, welcome to the Terraform Homestead. For those of you who are new to our channel, we are a nonprofit focusing on sustainable and natural building, simple living education, and just basically trying to help people live a simpler, healthier life. This week, we are continuing on our tiny house renovation. This house has been my home for the last 7 years. I realized after starting our main house that I'm gonna be in this for at least the next 5 years because this earth bag house is going to take absolutely forever to build. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Stick around with us to the end to see the progress on this and how it all comes together. Thank you guys for watching. Let's get into it.
Grow your garden, find your tribe. Let your hearts burn inside. Move your body towards the light.
The goal for today is to get the cabinets back in, get them all painted, hopefully get our cement board cut and put on top. Yeah, it's a beautiful Arizona morning, bright and early. I'm cranking as hard as I can today to get this done. And first thing is to get our paint sprayer put back together. Cleaned it really good last night after we used it, but hoping it'll work. Back out here, just looking at the finish from last night. It actually looks pretty good. I think we're ready to just jump in and do the finish coat. We've got our paint mixed up. Whoa. It's a little drippy. It's not sticking like super well, but I think coming back, I think it's just going to be a thing where I just have to do like 3 or 4 coats on this. So this round I made the paint just a little bit thicker. I was trying to find a balance between sticking to the cabinets and actually running through the machine. So that's where we're at. Got everything painted, second coat. It's looking pretty good. Now back into the house to get that wall painted, get the conduit up, and then we'll get all these cabinets installed. It looks so much better. I'm actually really happy with this color. You really can't tell where the seam is here. One tip that I do have for everybody is this was painted 7 years ago. The paint we use today is actually different than the paint that I used 7 years ago. So anytime I buy paint, I take a photo of the can and the little code thingy that's on it so that I have reference, and it just goes into my Google Photos and I can look back and see exactly the paint color I chose. Different paint color, but same sheen, which is good. You always want the same sheen. Colors change over time, so we actually got different paint swatches, came in here, put them up against the wall and see, basically to see which fit the best. So if I was to use that original paint from 7 years ago, or paint color mix, it probably wouldn't have matched as well as this. Next step is electrical. So the loose layout is the desk here above the window, and then over there have kind of more like the coffee pot, stuff like that I can plug into. So I want to add an outlet over there. I want to add an outlet here for a computer monitor and also my actual laptop. I'm very excited about what this job is, this laser level. This was donated to us. I've actually never used it. I've never used a laser level, but I think it's going to be super helpful because I can line up my conduit there, line up my conduit there, get everything all nice and perfect. I think that's going to be really cool. I'm actually really glad I went with the 3/4 inch instead of the 1/2 inch because I've made some design changes on the fly, as I do. So I always get extra stuff. We're going to be putting in a smart switch here. I really like the smart home stuff. It makes life easy to yell at a little device over there that must not be said their name, otherwise it'll talk to me. So we're going to do the smart switch here and then run that up, over, up. I got to get a box for up here that'll punch out to the outside, and then I can run some extra lights, which is going to be really exciting. And yeah, our double gang box for coffee maker and stuff. This is just a little junction box, a little box for a computer. This fit up actually went pretty tight. I'm actually pretty happy with how this came out, considering these were used cabinets. They were kind of banged up. A lot of our wood was scrap stuff. I mean, this piece was just literally a trash piece. All right, everybody, we are on day 3 of this kitchen renovation, and first thing today is to get this concrete board in place. It's fragile, it's not glued in yet, and I literally, as I was setting up, knocked it over, knocked a corner out of the chunk out of the corner, so that's not fun. So we're gonna get this mounted. Now I get to move on to electrical, which I actually really enjoy. So we're going to start running some of these wires, getting everything hooked up, getting that old conduit piece hooked up. Alright, we got these 2 lights mounted, or not mounted, the conduit mounted, and that electrical wire run. I have these 2 lights I found, I don't know, somewhere at the thrift stores a while ago. You can see they're quite dirty, that they're going to get mounted up, and we'll have outside lights. It's about 8:30 at night, something like that. It's way past desert bedtime. Pretty much when the sun goes down, I go down. It's one thing to have a messy house, another thing to have a messy workshop, a very, very different thing to have a messy house that is a construction site. So I'm going to try and push through, get some stuff cleaned up, and get some sort of normalcy in here so I can exist before we get the countertop actually in.